We'll discuss today the dummy variables in the syllabus. Now, dummy variables, they are also known as binary variables. And those variables are used as proxy variables for qualitative characters or factors. Now, they are also known as the independent variables. They are also known as cardinal variables. Suppose y is the function of x and it is the function is y is equal to x beta plus u. So x is a cardinal variable given by economic theory. Then dummy variables are included in a linear model by expanding the linear model after addition of dummy variables. So this will expand the X matrix because we have already come across the X matrix in linear algebra, and when we add dummy variables, so it will expand the X matrix. So it represents various factors like, say, temporal effects. So factors related to temporal effects. For example, say consumption in wartime and peacetime. So consumption shifts in wartime, and so also shift of production when there is drought in a country. So shift in consumption or shift in production and so on. Then spatial effects. So first one is the temporal effects, and second is spatial effects, effects in space. This is a shift in economic function from region to region. So we cannot expect that economic function is same in all the regions, but there are changes from one region to another. So these changes can be examined by using dummy variables. Then qualitative variables. Qualitative variables, for example, sex. Sex means male or female. There are some functions, some relationships that it depends upon male or female. So there are some consumption of goods which are more in female, less in male, like that. Similarly, children and adults. Then marital status. It also depends on marital status of people. When it is a bachelor, the demand is different, and marital status, if it is married, demand is different. So for this, this dummy variable is used. Then social factors, occupation, because there are several occupations in the society. Some are doctors, engineers, professionals, and so on. So their likings, dislikings, their demand it is different. Their behavior is, purchasing behavior is different. So similarly, religion. So some goods you will find demand is high in one religion and the demand is low in one religion, and so on, which determines the classic behavior. Then broad groupings of quantitative variables. A is an income basis of studying age separately or using income separately. If we group them, then also we can find out the use of the dummy variables. Let wartime consumption function is C is equal to alpha 1 plus beta y plus u. So consumption function, the consumption is the function of income. Y means income. So consumption is the function of income, and there is a straight line. C is equal to alpha 1 plus beta y plus u. Then peacetime consumption function. peacetime consumption function. C is equal to alpha 2 plus beta y plus u. That means consumption is the function of income, and it is C is equal to alpha 2 plus beta y plus u. So we assume that alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1. That means the intercept in the peacetime consumption function is higher than the intercept in the wartime consumption function. That means it is assumed that in peacetime consumption level is higher. Okay. So alpha 2 greater than alpha 1, and beta is the MPC. It is marginal propensity to consume. Means what is the change in consumption due to change in income? That is called marginal propensity to consume. So if we find out the first derivative with respect to y, dc by dy, it is beta. So beta is called the marginal propensity to consume. A common beta can be obtained for both the periods by combining both the equations into a single relationship. So instead of regression in peacetime and wartime separately, but if we take the whole data in both the periods together and we find out a common beta, then we'll have to combine both the equations. We take the data, suppose from 1930 to 1990 or so. So within this, we'll have peacetime and we have wartime also. So we'll have several, say, world wars, other wars between countries and so on. So we'll get wartime as well as peacetime also. So this way we can combine both the functions. So in this case, C is equal to alpha 1 x1 plus alpha 2 x2 plus beta y plus u. So this is for peacetime and this is for wartime, and this is income. Consumption is a function of income, and these are the qualitative variables. So X are dummy variables. So X1 is equal to 1 for wartime period, and X1 is equal to 0 in peacetime period. So similarly, X2 is equal to 1 and X2 is equal to 0 in wartime and peacetime period. So when we will put the data, we will discuss details how the data are included, the data of dummy variables are included. So for wartime, x1 is equal to 0, otherwise it is wartime it is equal to 1, otherwise it is 0. So for peacetime, x2 is equal to 1, otherwise it is 0. So we'll discuss this. And how the dummy variables are put in the data sheet and how it is regressed, we'll discuss. A single regression with consumption as dependent variable. So we assume that the sample period, suppose it's a time series of 60 years or 70 years, whatever maybe. Assumption is that the sample period consisted of 2 years of peace. We assume that there are 2 years of peace followed by 3 years of war. So generally, consumption level is affected during peacetime generally it is higher and affected in wartime, followed by peace again. So this is our assumption. So how to put the data? So consumption level, say per capita consumption, will record in the time series data over 60 years, 70 years of a country or of a state, whatever may be, and say per capita income, and X1 is the wartime, and X2 is the peacetime that we have already discussed that. So C1 against the consumption level in the first year is the income level in the second year. So it is 0 in wartime and it is 1 in peacetime. So it is a binary variable. So if it is 0, other one is 1. So 2 years of peace, X2 is the peace year, so 2 years of peace. Okay, then followed by 3 years of war. So C3, Y3 will put the data in the third year. So we will put 1 in wartime and 0 in peacetime. Again, for fourth year, it is 1 in wartime and 0 in peacetime, and so on, like this. So assumption is that sample period consisted of 2 years of peace, followed by 3 years of war, followed by peace again. Okay. Followed again, peace will start from here. So this way, if we regress, we will find out the effect of income on consumption, and as well as effect of wartime and peacetime. So the regression coefficients we can examine whether it is significant, positive, negative, significant, insignificant, and so on. so this needs some exercise to put the data and regress in the computer. Then special effect, suppose combined samples. Suppose we take a combined samples and just suppose consumption demand for eggs in urban and rural areas. So we know that consumption is generally higher in urban areas and lower in rural areas. So when we will take data, suppose this is a cross-section data, and the samples are both in urban as well as in rural areas. So in that case, X1 is income and X2 is the dummy variable for urban and rural. So DI, the demand, is a function of X income and that dummy variables. So this is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 X1I plus beta 2 X2I. So similarly, we will put here, so demand, number of X consumed in a year, and this is the income over years, annual income, and this is, if it is urban, we will put 1, otherwise 0. So suppose it is urban, then we will put 1. So it is next is rural, we will put 0, like that. So after putting this, we can regress, taking demand as the dependent variable. Okay. Then we will get we will examine whether effect of income is higher, and then what is the effect of rural, the special effect that the special effect is significant, positive, negative, or significant, like that. You can examine. So, thank you very much. Please share.